Well, hello and welcome to another fly tying tutorial with Per Ivar's Fiskeflyr. Today I'm going to tie this little minnow. It's very efficient little minnow after Seatrout. I'm going to tell you what materials I've been using for this fly. It's very easy to tie. I think everybody can tie this fly with a small or almost no practice at all. Well, first I'm going to start with the hook. The hook I've been using is this kind of hook, Partridge of Redditch Attitude, size 4. And I'm gonna tell you a little about the eyes I've been using. Flat eyes, pearl, with a black spot. Very nice. And the materials for the fly, for the underwing, I use some pearl white slinky fiber. Without the flash in it. I take out the flash because I'm using some other kind. And the upper body I use some same type slinky fiber but in color gray. I use the same with the flash there. Take out the flash. And I'm gonna show you the flash. This is a holographic purple flash. And to tie it all together I use this thread. Mono, this is a trick, 0.1 millimeters, very nice. I have a large spool of it with 10,000 meters on it, so I have all my life, I think. Well, I've been 30 all this talking, so I take some coffee. Well, kind of hot. Well, as you see, you can you see I've glued all this. And the way I do this is first, when I tie in the materials I use this kind of glue just to make it stick to hook. Maybe it's not necessary, but I do that as well. And to cover it all up, I use this kind of fantastic glue, Gorilla Glue, clear. It doesn't dry immediately. I have a drying wheel that I put my flies on, so to make it stay there and dry up. So it will dry after some hours, but the most solid glue is the ones that doesn't dry instantly. This takes some time to dry, but it's a little bit flexible, but it's fantastic strong and clear. It doesn't yellow on it, so that's all I'm using for this fly. So well, just follow up and see how I tie this little critter. Okay, well, now I place the hook in the vise and I take some thread, attach it to my hook, some wrappings, and just snip it off. Okay, I take some prepared white slinky fiber. It doesn't mind if is it too long or whatever. It will. You will have to use some scissors on it and make some hairdressing. Well, attach it just behind the hook eye and use your tying thread to make it go almost to the hook band, and use your fingers to push it on the underside. Sorry about my fantastic English. Well, as you see, you can take this back side now and just snip it off like that and put this aside for another day. The rest of it, I mean. Well, now it's time for putting on the top part. I have some other bundle I prepared as well, but as I almost forgot, I have to turn this vise upside down I have this rotation wise. This is a Dyna King. And just take the bundle, preen it back like that, and voila. Then you have this white belly. Use your thread to attach it, so it will attach the whole way like that, like this, sorry. And then you take the top part. Just check out, well, the back wing now is the most important. You have to measure out so it don't be too short, like this. Just attach it like this, and use your tying thread, take it back like this, and you take some flash. Just have a lot of it, so I'm not so fussy about to use it all. Just snip it off. I measure out so it is not too short, all the way like that. Just attach it all the way to the hook bend. Sorry about that. It's just was a customer of mine, so I have to just take it off. Sorry about that. Well, now I take some liquid fusion, put it on like this. This is a gel type, and why I use this kind of glue instead of super glue is because I'm hyper allergic to almost all kind of thing that dries fast and smells like hell. So this is the glue I can use. It's just as good as super glue. I think it's better because it has some drying time and you can have it on your fingers without getting sick. Well, now you see I have made up the body. Now I'm gonna attach the eyes. The way I do that, I take my dubbing needle. This is a hand drill with some sewing needle in the middle. I saw that the eyes I was taking out from the package was a bit too large, so I have to take out the right size. Why is this bag so small? Well, this is the right size. Okay, I use just bend on the paper and loosen the eyes. I take the eyes and place it on my side. Just make it stay there, and use my mono thread just to wrap over it. Maybe you seem that think that this is very strange, but the kind of this mono will be invisible when the glues come over it. You won't see it. So that's the big trick. You can now you can get the eyes to perfectly follow the shape of the body. It won't stick out and make some strange bulge on the fly. Now take the eyes on your side. Like that. Try to make the eyes just on the right opposite way of the other side, and use the thread to make it all come together. And I use some hand whip finish on this just to attach it a little and make it stick like this. And this is the Norway's automatic bobbin, so I have to don't let go, just place it on my bobbin rest. Well, now you see that looks like a broomstick. Well, now I take my scissor, take the hook out of the vise, and I took my scissor and then shape it like this. Maybe it looks like a kind of mass murder or something, but well, it is what it is. Just take out so much that you're comfortable with. I want this fly to be slim. Okay, you have to know that my English is not my native language, so that's all the strange pronounced words and everything. So I think if you don't, my hands is shivering too much now, so I will soon be finished. You can sit and trim this fly all day if you want, if you're like very picky with it, but this is a fishing fly. And if you ask me, the trout don't give a rat's ass about the trimming. They are interested in the movement in the water and the shine of the body. Okay, you won't see this fly completely dry. You can see this one I made. This is dry, but this, when I'm done with this now, it goes directly onto my drying wheel, and I just have to prepare it so it stays there. So, well, now I take my trusted Gorilla Glue, just move out the materials for a while so it don't tangle on me, and brush out some rubbish on my desk. Okay, you see now I have my my needle ready. I just squeeze out a little. Now it's very nice to have a rotation wise, so just use my needle to move this glue around the body to make it even. Of course this looks not so very good at once, but you take out some more, and this will dry after a while on the drying wheel, and you will see it will look like the fly I showed you in the start of the video. Something I have to take out some of it, and now you can see the fly is completely covered with Gorilla Glue. It's a fantastic product. I'm not sponsored or anything, but this is a good tip to all you guys that are allergic to all this kind of super glue. I was a pro team member of Solaris. Nothing wrong with the Solaris, so we can use UV resin on this kind of fly. There's no wrong about that, but I can't do that because I'm allergic. So I have to change my my glues, and now I'm using this because this is a glue I can handle. Now I just use the opportunity before I stop this video. I have to put this on the drying wheel. This is a fly called, what shall I call it? Slinky Minnow. So I'm going out on a trip tomorrow, and this fly is gonna catch some trout for me. I'm quite sure of it. So this is a very tip for you. So now you can go and tie up your own Slinky Minnow. It's very easy. It's very you don't have to have a UV resin. You can use some other resin. You can also use some other kind of glue. I think you can also use some loon hardhead if you want. That will stay just the same, but it's not so solid as Gorilla Glue. But that's all I had for you folks, and thank you all for watching my video. I don't I cannot stop winding this because I have to put it on the drying wheel, so sorry for that, but I will thank you all for watching my video, and thank you, and follow up with the videos I'm making, fishing videos and fly tying videos. So thank you all, and bye bye.